Now we will try to implement the update method, which is called put, using TestNG framework and rest assured with Maven. So let's see how we can do this thing. At first I'm going to jump to the API. So for post, we created this thing, right? We have this body and header also. And for like put, which is updates, so basically we use put to update, and here we also have a body and also some header. But here one important thing is mandatory, which is called cookie. This cookie value we must need to set. For post, previously we didn't have any cookie, but for put we must have to add the cookie. So this thing is new inside the header, and rest of the thing is as usual like body. So you can use our pozo classes to construct this body or to extract, and header also you can use the spec spec thing, basically request spec and response spec, both we can use. But here we need to work with cookie, and this cookie we must need mandatory. So inside our code we must have to define that cookie. But where we can define the cookie, we create another REST request like that. So here we see that for authentication, for getting the cookie, we have this URL, and this is a post method, and this is the token. This value is required, right? So how can we actually extract this value, or how can we use this value? So for that case, basically we need this token value first, and then only we can update, right, this thing. So we just need to call this like API first to get this thing, and then we can use this thing. So inside this code block, so what is the location we can set? So we can actually assign the cookie inside this before class, so that everything will be initialized here, and then whenever we need we can use that. So I'm going to do this thing. But here I'm going to mention one thing. Here the like response has only one value, right? One key value pair. So I'm not going to create the pozo class. You can also create the pozo class, but for this type of small case generally we don't do, but if you wish you can do. So now let's jump to there, and here I'm going to actually create that REST request to get the token. So we can write something like as usual, the given block, given. So this is the given block, then when block, and then block. So this is the common thing for all REST assured call. So for this case, given we already have, right? So we can mention like this way. So given is this part, like dot, we have a spec. Okay, and inside this we can mention the request spec is this one, so that the other headers will be added. For these cases we are working with the token creation first. So this is the API call base URI, and this is the resource, and this is the body, and we have header, this thing. So here this is the header. So header part we already completed before, that's why I'm going to use this spec, request spec basically. Okay, so this part is done. Now we need to put the body also for given block, dot body, and inside this body we need to add the payload, right? So what is the payload? So for this case the payload is this part, right? So this one. So I'm going to copy this thing, and I'm going to like create a payload over here. So we can create a string like this, string, then we can mention like this, like auth body, that is the authentication body, right? And inside here we can mention this is the value of this thing. So I just pasted it over there. This is the value of body. So inside this body we can mention this is the auth body, authentication body, basically this is authentication body, this one. So given block is done. So now let's come to the when block. So this part is done, right? So when block we have to create what type of method is this? Post method, and this is the resource, right? So I'm going to copy this resource, and then I'm going to jump editor, and then inside this when I'm going to add a method like put here, not put, this is a post method, right? So this is the post, and inside this post we need to define the resource. So this is the resource. So there is a slash over there also, and this is the when block. So we have our given block, when block is done, and now inside this then block we need to extract the value of this token, right? So we can mention like extract extract. Instead of extract, let me do one thing. Let me check first whether the status code is 200 or not. So here, what is the status is 200, right? So we can use that thing. Where is that? This one. We can mention like dot spec response 200, that is fine. And then we can also use dot then extract, and what we want to extract, the value, right? So the value should be as a string. We can mention as string. Okay, so I mistyped it here, so that's why it's not coming. There should be a dot and as a string, as okay, remove it, as then string, as a string. Okay, now the error is gone. So using this thing we can get the like whole response. So which is this one, right? This one basically. Once we execute, now we need to parse this data. So let's do the thing. So here we can actually create a variable like string response equal like this. So this part we can actually do this way. We can format the code a little bit, so like this way it will looking nice. So why it is a string? Because we are converting is as a string, that's why it is a string. Now from here we can parse the data. So we have one class, we know that JSON path, JSON, this is JSON path. We can create the object like JSON equal to the new JSON path, and we have to mention from where the value will come. It is coming from the response, so we just need to type response over there, and then we can close the statement. And then after that we need to extract the value, right? Suppose we want to extract the value like auth token. Okay, and then we can mention JSON dot get string. So here we can mention get string. There is a method string, this one, and we need to initialize the string name. So the string name, what is the string name? Let me double check over there. This is token, right? We can pass that here. Okay, so this thing, and this auth token, it should be like string type, right? We can mention it string. Okay, so now we can get the data here from here, but let me do one thing. We can actually move this thing outside this method, okay, so that it will be initialized and we can use it. So I'm going to define string. It will be private string or token, and then we have to add a semicolon. I'm going to save it, and here I'm going to remove this string. Okay, now we are fine. So we have this auth token, right? JSON.get string. Okay, now we can use the whole thing basically. Right now this is, I mean, this string value we have right now, right? So here we got this string, so this string value we have right now. Now let's build the put request, because we want to update the data, right? So I'm going to work with those things right now. So now I'm going to add another method here for that testing. So like this way we can actually add a method for put, right? So suppose the method name is public void test update booking. So this is the method, for example, to update the method. Okay, and here we can also define what is the updated value. So at first we need to create the object for the update value. So like this way we can, when we inserted, we created this block, right? Same thing we need to add over here. So I'm going to paste it, and here like we can mention the different update. U means updated, or you can mention up, that means updated. Okay, and 100, instead of 100 we can put like 500, and position this thing, and instead of breakfast we can make it like agent is something like chair For example, we need chair, something like that. And this is the checking date and checkout date. Checking date, for example, one on this one, so we can make it like 24, and this is 25, for example, 25. Okay, so we change couple of things, and here we initially like this way. Now we need to add the same way, like given, then dot not accept when, and then. So this is common for all rest assured, right? So this is common. Now we will implement all of them one by one. Okay, so this one and this one. Now first come to given. So given block, as usual, we have to add the spec first, spec, and here request spec, that is fine. And then after that we need to add the cookie, right? So where is the cookie? So here is the cookie, right? So let me open. So if we check carefully, this is the cookie. So cookie value is coming like this token, and then we need to assign the value. So the value is auth token, something like that, right? Auth token, yes. So we just put the auth token. So given inside this given block, spec is done, cookie is done, and then there is another thing we need to mention. So if we open Postman, so for put, we also need this thing, this ID. So now we need to add the path parameter over here, right? So I'm going to enter, and I'm going to use a path parameter. So there is the path parameter, and here we need to assign the path parameter, right? So inside the path parameter we have the ID. So I'm going to type ID, and the value of the ID is created token, right? Created created booking ID. This is the ID for this path parameter. So now this part is done, and then the last part is we have this one. This is the body part, right? This is the body. So we also need to assign over there. So I'm going to jump to the editor, then dot body. Okay, and what will the value of the body? The value of the body will be like this thing, right? Updated booking, this type of information. So here instead of request, we can like format this code with some valuable, like instead of request, we can right click, we can format, I mean refactor, rename. For example, we can mention like updated booking. Okay, so it will be easier to actually understand, right? Updated booking. Okay, so like this here. So you can mention like here body equal to updated booking, and it will be the body part is done. So the given block is complete, right? So spec, cookie, path parameter, body. Now when part. And what type of request is this? This is definitely a put request, right? This put to update, right? So I'm going to use dot put request, and here inside here we can actually add the what is called the ID, right? Resource, right? So if we jump over there, here the resource is from slash till this part, right? So I'm going to copy the entire thing. So I just copied it, and I'm going to put it over there inside this put method here. Okay, but here we just need to put the string, right, as a string. But this part we cannot add, rather I'm going to add that thing as a created booking. So here, as this put request, we don't need this thing, basically this path parameter we don't need, I think so. So we can initialize like this way, right? Given when this thing. Okay, now we have to work with then block. So inside this then block, what we need to do, we need to add the spec first. So dot sp spec and response spec, like spec 200, and then we need to add, we need to extract the value, extract, and then after that we also need to do like as I'm going to get that value as so what we can do, we can mention the booking, right? Booking, booking, this one, booking dot class. So I'm going to deserialize this thing. Okay, once we extract the value, I'm going to deserialize, because later we can verify this very easily. Now we can verify whether the data is updated properly or not. We can verify two ways. We can either call this thing again, or we can type the assert command again. So I'm going to type assert first. I'll check like this way: assert dot asserts equal. So this is the asserts equal, and here I have to like mention what is the updated value from here. Response. This is response dot then get. For example, we want to verify whether first name is this one or not from the response. Okay, so get first name is like this. Okay, and inside here we can type this value, which is called FewUp. So I'm going to type manually, but you can copy directly from there, and here we can mention that first name. If this value is not matching with this, we can mention like that first name is not matching. First name is not matching. So this is one way we can verify, and now it is fine. So I'm going to save it and I'm going to run it. Let's check whether it is working properly or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to choose run as, and then testng this thing. So if there is error, it will give us some error message, or otherwise it will run successfully. So here it is running successfully, right? Like this. Now I'm going to do another thing. So here if we expand it, so here I set this priority equal to 4 and depends on this method. So why I use this thing? So it is coming after this, right? At first it is going to insert, and then it is verify by get, and then after that it is trying to verify, right? Not verify, update, right? This is the update. So that's why I created this thing, and this method depends on just create booking. Because if we don't able to create this method, I mean this entry, that means the booking, if we are unable to create, then there is no point to verify this thing. That's why actually we use the depends on method here, the first one, which is the create booking, right? This one, this is a create method. Okay, create booking. Okay, so now we can also verify like this way also. We can also like copy, like after the update, if we try to get the value, I mean if we try to extract the value, then we can also do the same way. So here priority I will set after 4 is 5 is coming, right? So I'm going to use 5, and this method, I mean this test will call after the update, right? So here is the update. So I'm going to change the value over here, depends on, so it will be like this. Okay, and here I'm going to show again the verify method, but here it is complaining like this method is coming like this. I mean these two methods are same, right? Again we are repeating like this thing. Okay, so what we can do, we can fix different way, but for the time being I'm going to fix like this way. I'm going to name it different way, like this, after update. Okay, so here we repeating this code, but still we can do some other things so that it will not be repeated. We can, there is some technique, but I'm not going to show here. Here the main goal is whether it is successfully updating or not. That's why I'm not going to like modularize that code anymore. Okay, so this is fine, right? So here, from here, get first response, we have to check what is the get first response. So here when we get the value, and this value should be FewUp, right? Up, and steps up, right? So it is directly calling, right? Because we are updating like this, steps up. Okay, here 500, previously we inserted 100, then 500, right? So it should be 500 now. So here the value should be 500, but again I'm not going to test all of them. To fill is fine, but for real life you need to add everything one by one. So I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to run it. Right click and run as test engine, check whether it is working properly or not. And here we are getting this thing. So if we like maximize this window, we are seeing like that. So passed, right? First one is fast, this all 4 is passed, right? So after update this is also passed, right? And here it is showing test run 4, failure 0, skip 0. That means everything is working properly. And if we go to this tab, then we'll see these are the 4 test cases are there. So all test cases are passed. That's why it's green. And here it is showing how much time is required for each of the test case. And here I mentioned test 1 by 1, method 4, this many seconds is required, and everything passed. And that's it. In this way we can update like through a API call, and then we can also verify